Ok, on va pouvoir continuer Disco Elysium. Et à la fois, on a été un peu pataugé dans les suites d'indices. On avait exploré un peu toutes les pistes. Hop. Il restait à récupérer notre arme le soir. On avait parlé un peu avec tout le monde déjà dans la piste. Craft terrifiante, c'est pas ça. Je sais pas avant que c'est mentionné. Acheter les spiritueux romains. J'ai la cravate, moi. Crête, c'est l'oculaire. Pangermesque. Non, j'ai pas de... Tiens, vers du nez, convainqué, ça je ne peux pas. S'enseigner sur la réalité. Continuer à poser des questions à Joyce pour de la réalité. On est plus tard. Je pense qu'on va continuer à poser des questions à Joyce. Ouais. Hop. Et je pense qu'on va regarder comment endosser la responsabilité. Parce que je ne vois vraiment pas avec qui on peut demander pour avoir accès à la coalition. Parce que... comment ça s'appelle ? La programmeuse ne veut pas nous aider. On ne peut pas depuis l'ordinateur de l'autre. On ne peut pas depuis le camion. Puis pas notre voiture.
You're
Donc,
back. Good. What can I help you with?
j'ai d'autres questions à vous poser sur la réalité.
More lessons in basic reality?
Qui êtes-vous?
What I am not is a basic term of reality.
Everyone wants to talk about themselves.
Ah.
She will, in time.
C'est quoi ça?
A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions?
Un oiseau capable de voler pendant les régions. Continue à chercher.
Some sort of krill hunter? No, wait. You're an ancient ruin. A symbol of hubris and decay. Half submerged in some salty sea.
Ok, elle veut en train de dire que je suis ruiné.
Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at guessing games.
Je veux dire, quel est cet endroit ici?
Ah! This is the pier of Rue de Saint-Ghislaine, 33A, where the tenants have been kind enough to rent me a slot.
Ok.
Or two.
Qu'y a-t-il au 33 à rue du Saint-Gisèle?
A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new buildings, bâtiments. After les bâtiments nouveaux. But 33A and 33B are not nouveaux. They're old. This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by the standards of the last century. Built to mirror the skyscrapers across the bay in the Delta. That was before the war, of course.
Qui vivait dedans?
Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate, before the cannons lopped 4 or 5 stories off.
Ok.
Splat, splat.
Alors regarde le traverse rouge à hauteur.
You could be wrong, but from here it appears as if she's running the brush across her throat in a soaring motion.
Wonderful.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Pointer le doigt vers Sibyl Caochard.
The girl in the old lady rags?
Oui.
Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture.
Infraculture.
Yes. You and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant, those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture.
Attends, expliquer la même chose, mais un enfant.
Young people who dye their hair funny colours and wear old people's clothes are stupid, and their little rebellion is self-defeating.
Ok.
All right. What next?
Bah, pas
Glad to have been of
plus.
assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
Ça ira, merci bien. On va aller à un endroit où je pense savoir, du coup, en regardant un peu la solution, savoir qu'il faut que j'aille pour l'antenne. Ah putain, je suis avec les habits classiques. Ça on va enlever, logique, c'est bon, ouais, chaussures de base. On va aller sur la place déjà pour ce TP. Il nous faut nous rendre au Finistère, à l'antenne radio. Hop, map. Se déplacer ici, ouais, parce que c'est plus proche là-bas, ouais. 14h in-game, faut que j'y sois 22h au niveau du pont. Qu'est-ce qu'il me faut d'autre? Il me faut rien d'autre.
Just dead and poor thing.
Pas pourquoi il y avait un énorme bruit de bateau, j'avais l'impression. Non, c'est pas là l'antenne? Ok, capacité technique. Alors pourquoi il y a des hommes armés là? Bien ça l'antenne. Comment que ce soit l'antenne près de l'entrée? La région? Je vois pas d'autres antennes en vrai. Hein. Est-ce que trouver quelqu'un, bah je peux pas trouver d'autres personnes en vrai capables de connecter quoi l'antenne. À moins que ce soit bugué parce que j'ai pas fait dans le bon ordre. On va voir, journal. Putain. Endosser la responsabilité. Il a dit que après TT Marie, ça va prendre du temps. Moi, quelqu'un ayant les capacités techniques. 30 Time. C'est qui ça déjà? Parce que je vois pas de disco. Attendez. Elysium. Ah, c'est peut-être le... Oui, c'est lui, ok. Je vois. Je vois mieux malheureusement, maintenant. Hop. C'est le mec qui nous a parlé de la société. Justement. Oh, la musique est magnifique par contre, hein, c'est incroyable. Il est ici normalement près de l'usine, c'est lui qu'on doit voir pour qu'il puisse normalement gérer l'usine, le truc, l'antenne. Monsieur, bonjour.
Hello again.
Sure.
What's on your mind? But of course, I do have some money.
He's not gonna give you money. What?
Oh no, I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more... I'm just spending time with...
Not that he would have to worry about being robbed. He looks surprisingly buff. Does he work out?
Est-ce que vous faites de la muscu?
I do some Lomantang stick fighting now and then.
Mais vous parlez bien du combat au bâton au Lomantin.
It's an anthropological heritage of the Lomantang people. A martial art of sorts, but what not a lot of books mention is that it also carries a cultural significance among the Lomantangs, as it used to be the best means of showing off to look for a bride, which, interestingly enough, brings us to the socio-economic structure of the traditional rural tribes of the Lomantang Isles, which... But anyway, I'm boring you with details again. You were saying...
Je sais pas hein, ce que je disais.
Then I guess everything got said, right?
On parle du
Sure.
bâtiment.
What's on your mind? Yes, they've...
A pleasure perhaps reminded.
Yes. Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end. They used them for military. What's the Mars Decree? It's a beautiful piece. I tried to get...
The kid takes a peek at the...
Actually, no one knows. 10 years ago...
Wait. He did it. What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty?
Yes. Tape computers. But of course... What...
Ça, je peux pas
You
expliquer,
see, a slogan used to inter...
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Est-ce que le perso a l'air d'être buggé? J'ai l'impression. Un capacité technique pour requise pour contacter avec coalition. J'ai personne dans ce cas-là. Peut-être appeler au poste. Mais je suis pas sûr. Parce que là je peux pas accéder à l'antenne. On est d'accord?
Yes, what is it?
Ouais, non, là je peux pas. Est-ce que cette quête serait buggée? Hop. Hop. Functionality quest. Ok. Run. Tac. Ah. Ouais, est-ce que... Ah, c'est ça. Ornoid. Sauf que je peux pas en fait, parce que Noïd il est parti.
Yes, what is it? You arrested them? No. Yes. No. You're right. I brought them here. I used the AR-1 as my rain... Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you? All right. Well, I guess it is, but it's not the cheapest one. Anyway.
She liked telling you this. It can't.
They are connected to my rain prefect. Great. The Swallow, you mean? What about it?
Ouais, non.
Great. Thanks.
Ouais, non, je pense que la quête est buggée. Moi je n'arrive pas à voir quelqu'un. Compliqué ça. Hmm. Je n'ai pas d'objet en plus. Alors la nuit du dimanche, mais
Always my pleasure.
et puis prospérité. Ouais, non, là il n'y a rien de plus à dire avec lui. On va voir avec le poste, mais je pense pas que le poste puisse nous mettre en lien avec la coalition. Parce que Sona, elle veut pas nous aider. Noïd, il est plus là, puis on l'a arrêté. Donc ça, c'est pas possible déjà.
That ride is fucking...
Hey, piss... You don't know?
The question was rhetorical. The Skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertnay.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
If a Skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around their brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a Skull.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
This is Precinct 50.
10-4, come in. Fireworker, over. 10-4, sir. Sorry. 10-4. Anything else? Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
Ok, donc depuis le poste, je ne peux pas appeler. Est-ce que le pawn shop aurait pas un mec qui puisse me renseigner? Parce que là, j'ai personne qui peut m'informer. Hein.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help. I doubt it, but I can...
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Someone else came here early.
What? The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another.
Sure, man.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
700 le réverbère. Hein. Combien pour le réverbère?
700 rand.
A bargain? No, it's not. He's trying to sweet-talk you into...
There's also the matter of rewire. 700 rand.
A bargain?
The light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation large... Well, there are the cost of removal and rewiring. The most important transform...
All the old boomboxes are there, blinking.
Ok. Pas de nouvelles de mes persos, ça c'est dommage. Parce que là j'ai absolument rien à faire en vrai. Hein. Parce que là il faut attendre 22 heures, sauf que j'ai pas de flipper, j'ai pas de truc. J'ai déjà parlé de toi avec Joyce.
Trying to sneak up on me again?
toi t'as rien. Est-ce qu'il y a un moyen de disque Elysium? Hop. Pass time whisky. Ouais, to skip time. Ok. Alors apparemment... alors on va retourner au niveau de la place. Lire son carnet de notes, ça fait passer une demi-heure par une demi-heure. Parce que là, j'ai vraiment rien à faire. Je pense que la quête de là est buggée. Je peux pas la faire. Parce que Suna, je peux pas, il veut pas me parler. L'autre ne veut pas me parler. Je ne comprends pas. Quest bug. Ok, apparemment c'est bien buggé cette quête de ce que je crois voir. Journal. C'est... Ouais, donc ça on a posé cette question. On va sa responsabilité. Tu as une variété. Ok, qui m'a dit que vous devriez parler à dimanche, fumer peut prendre du temps. Fleur a dit que son ami dimanche est parti sur le long de la côte. Quelqu'un est requesté pour contacter la coalition. Inspecter la telle au ministère. Ok. Du coup, c'est qui les personnes qui... J'ai vraiment l'impression que c'est buggé ça. Walkthrough. Your Techno Tinkerer. Attends, voir, c'est qui ça? Parce que, alors apparemment, si on dégage l'un des deux, en fait, si on dégage Noid, ça détruit la quête. Oh non, je veux pas me regarder, putain. Ah, c'est compliqué ça. Que je regarde. Techno Tinker. Ok, donc pour le moment, bah je peux pas y accéder. Apparemment. Alors apparemment, interagir. Si je lis... Non, pas note manuscrite. Juste ça permet d'interagir.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of paper, arson, petty theft, spousal abuse. You don't exactly. In the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields. These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
Okay.
All in a print so small it could be considered downright cute.
Autopsie sur site.
A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs, color of the irises, predation marks, condition of sexual organs.
Non mais l'instrument physique ça va?
Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. What delicious power hid within this pathetic mess. You feel better.
Okay.
The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copy of paper.
Examiner le porte-bloc.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM.
Quelle couleur déjà?
Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it.
C'est quoi le registre?
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? And something small inside, light, made of paper or cardboard, or dried flowers perhaps. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
Okay.
There's pain in there, if you want some. That much you know.
Comment pourrais-je le voir?
With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board.
Affinité mécanique. Est-ce que j'ai d'autres objets? Attendez. Outils. Hop. Si j'ai d'autres trucs qui me donnent de l'affinité mécanique, je ne crois pas, mais on va regarder quand même. Sans froid. J'ai pas des gants qui me... Ok. Non. J'ai les jambes qui craquent de fou. Inventaire. On va sauvegarder, hop. Interagir. Hop.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cap. The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, you know.
Ouais, le tiroir.
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a à l'intérieur?
2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Prendre les talons de billets.
2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too.
Prendre la carte.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
Ok, commencer par le sentir.
It smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored, exactly like the gum wrapper you found. The same brand of chewing gum.
L'ouvrir.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand.
Féminin.
A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please.
Et ça va me rendre heureux.
A merciful wind blows in from the bay of Revachol, dusting the ground at your feet and raising newspapers far away. You feel the card slipping into it.
Let go.
Tiens, fermons la carte.
Your hands shake, holding onto it. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you.
Poursuivre la lecture.
You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear.
Ok.
You feel the ledger slip from your hand.
J'ai perdu le registre. Merde.
No. Hold on.
Attends.
To what? There's nothing.
Detective, is everything alright?
J'étais sur le flanc. Je sais pas ce qui se passe. Attends, c'est fini? Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Qu'est-ce que quoi?
There is nothing. Again.
Rien.
Nothing sad, brother. No treachery, just blackout.
Faire la mort, simplement.
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia.
Qui est-ce?
That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
C'est qui, ça?
Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water.
Ouais, ça fait bien.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Terrible.
Tell him. Tell him.
Ah, yes. In the olfactory system, they call it the apricot chewing gum scented one. It's unhealthy of them to linger on it so. But as they say, what do you do?
Quel parfum
It
agréable.
didn't smell nice. It smelled like betrayal.
C'était cette histoire d'elle que Dex quelque chose.
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Non, c'était parfait.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape, its lack of beauty was not the problem.
Où se trouve Voyager Road?
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
Il semblerait que mon nom soit Harry.
Your name is fuck all.
It certainly ain't Harry.
Alors quoi?
Your name is passed out on the ground, dragged around by one of the other evil apes. They're taking you somewhere.
Assez, faisons le mort.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? C'est froid.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you.
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
Où suis-je?
The upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
Oh, je me suis à l'autre boss. Boire.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself, as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
Boire.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened?
Entrer en contact avec le vestige, quel s'est du passé. Je devrais vous reposer, je devrais vous retourner.
You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to a hospital. Then you came to.
Combien de temps je suis resté inconscient?
10 minutes, maybe.
Les dates et ça va plus, merde, sans véhicule. Je suis entré en contact avec le vestige, quel s'est du passé.
That does sometimes happen.
Les choses arrivent. Tant que sire de votre illusion du fiasco du ciel.
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed?
Nous allons se faire.
Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
Oh. Alors, je vais juste regarder c'est quoi les messages. Hop. Parfait, ok. Ça en plus sur ça et annonce c'est un I30. Tu as trouvé des chansons avec le passion. Là. Let's go. Deuil blanc. La minuscule soigneux. Hop, hop. Autorité -1. L'autorisation 5 heures. Quel est cet objet? Cours intérieur, empathie, autorité. Ok.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Voilà, tirage secret.
Without resistance or sound, the two panels, you stare at the card, willing your hand to move. It refuses. It's too much. Not again.
Tire-toi plutôt une balle, connard.
The words just crossed your mind somehow.
Il y a des yeux.
You see two ticket stubs and a handmade card. It's slightly, ever so slightly, difficult to breathe once you've done so. The drawer is locked. Blue ink drips from the white pages in your hand.
Okay.
Your hand shakes. You're flushed with adrenaline. The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner. You know, like the bits they put into public piss bowls, probably called Fermi Discrete, or Axel, or something. At some point in its journey, the ledger has seen the inside of a public toilet.
Je sais, tu m'as déjà dit que je l'ai balancé dans les chiottes.
If you knew it was dunked in the toilet before getting chucked into the trash, why are you sniffing it?
C'est parti mon travail, je ne fais que suivre les pistes, tu comprends. Avancez mon cher petit.
Garbage toilet stink is not your fetish and you know it. Your nose does not fucking like this.
Pas d'honnêteté de Charlie, passons à autre chose. Tu m'en venais?
Yeah. Turns out your nose doesn't like self-indulgent literal shit huffing. Quelle fucking surprise. Come on, no more. The ledger is going back down, away from your nose now.
Ok. Du coup, je peux m'en servir, intéressant. I am the law. Hop. Journal. Est-ce que je peux voir? Carte. C'est quoi qu'il faut pour... Rhétorique. Rhétorique. Peine à rendure. Carte épinglée. Mise en scène. C'est la rhétorique qu'il me faut. Est-ce que je peux améliorer la rhétorique? Oui. Hop, ok. Est-ce que j'ai des objets qui augmentent ma rhétorique? Dramatique, logique, rhétorique. Il me faut plus de rhétorique si possible. C'est un quoi? C'est un truc en bleu. Encyclopédie. Logique, sang-froid. Pratique, logique. Ok. Ça fait -1. Dans mes objets. Autorité. J'ai plus envie de réussir ce jet là avec Titus là pour le
It's
convaincre.
you again. What is it?
Je vais te convaincre, Titus Hardies. 58%, allez.
Convinced Titus is being manipulated? Bad idea. Bringing her up will do no good. You should know by now. Titus will never falter.
Il veut parler d'elle ne fera camper à cheval. Oh, si ça fait jamais. C'est fini alors, on va faire placer. Faire les alentours, on rentre chez nous.
Huh? He'll get it. Go on.
On tue parce qu'on vous aime pas.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
So c'est encore 6ème costume nana.
Bring that up one more time, and you won't get to write that report.
The man's fists under the table are balled. You can tell from his neck and shoulders. He means it.
Okay.
Yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right, Alain? You'll kill us. That's what they do in the wild north.
Il file un coup de bâton par derrière, ça va quoi. Autant picoler ça, il a conseillé dans une C'était le feu et puis c'est dessus. Foutre un coup de bâton par derrière, passer encore comme à l'époque, dire en exhibant votre cadavre.
It wasn't that. It wasn't. We just couldn't get him down, okay?
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out.
Ah.
Now go in for the...
On a trouvé les maillons faibles.
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
Ça sur le vieil homme, me faire centurion, mais sa voix reste étrangement posée.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
Eh ouais.
Steel yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo.
Ouais, si je vous parle, vous allez me descendre aussi dans ce bar, sans aucune raison. Alors, regardez d'abord Kim.
The lieutenant has put down his notebook. His hand is resting on his holster. He gives you an imperceptible nod. What? What does that mean? Go for it. The lieutenant has his eyes set on the fat guy. Push Angus. We're almost there.
Ouais. Sinon quoi, vous allez me tuer comme vous avez tué lui sans aucune raison.
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Shut up, Angus!
Il était déjà mort quand vous l'avez pendu.
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
Regardez, à peine entend l'aspiration. Sifflant d'Angus.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Balancé.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Ah.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
Intéressant.
What just happened between these two?
Alors, il aurait dû balancer qui?
You're in. He's all yours. Questions.
Donc vous ne l'avez pas tué, il était déjà mort. Hop là.
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. What was it?
We're not sure. Probably a bullet. The wound was difficult to see.
The coroner and his assistant are wrapped in blue. Hands covered in blue gloves. Mouths covered by blue masks. Bodies by blue aprons. The coroner wipes his brow, scalpel still in his hand. Get the light. Shine it in his mouth. He tells his assistant. The coroner squats to better see the light illumines the darkness inside. Well, shit. Can't blame them for missing that. Get the saw, Alan. This just got fun.
Pourquoi?
Because the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Les filles.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
Okay.
He doesn't think she did. Or at least he hopes she didn't.
Que s'est-il passé dimanche?
Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way.
Ah, le bad trip qui a fini en en mort et du coup ils l'ont pendu pour faire passer ça en mode comme un lynchage, putain.
It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died.
Comment avez-vous su?
I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
Gueule de haricane.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy too, Angus.
That's okay with the fat man, still wheezing there. He couldn't speak if he wanted to.
Il s'est passé quoi ensuite?
We went upstairs. Sure as day the merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere.
Ah, c'est pour ça que la fenêtre était... La vis a été changée aussi.
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged.
Qui est-il, le 8e Hardy?
Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business.
Ah. Si Clashley ne l'a pas tué, alors pourquoi toute cette mascarade?
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own.
J'avais rien remarqué du tout. De quel genre de pétrin voulez-vous parler?
The can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. Where she came from.
Ces gens, qui sont-ils?
They're powerful. Connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
Fuck.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing.
Ah, donc du coup, l'ami du dimanche, je voudrais bien revoir cette meuf. Ah. Alors, qui est-tu le mercenaire dans ce cas, une idée?
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue.
C'est peut-être un des autres soldats qui a tenté de tuer la meuf et qui a tué son collègue, en vrai. Quoi pensez-vous?
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klausya. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
Et son passé à lui, vous en savez un peu aussi?
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell.
Okay.
Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
L'église est assez haute, je pense, en termes de point de vue.
He's calm now, threw all that turmoil away, and became himself again.
Peut-être que l'homme crabe n'est pas vraiment un mec qui prie, mais juste un agent de White Pine qui est dans l'église. C'est peut-être le plus haut point possible de la côte. Mais qui a eu l'idée de la pendre, c'est elle?
In a manner of speaking.
Qu'est-ce que vous voulez dire?
We had help from another girl. It was her idea to hang him, and I liked it, for political reasons. It sent a good message.
C'est elle, n'est-ce pas, la trafiquante de drogue, la 8e Hardy?
Fella, you think too much. He's off all right. You're gonna hurt your head.
A little too far there, but you're definitely right.
That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway.
Question sur elle. Vous savez, il n'y a aucun mal à ce qu'il y ait une Hardy.
We're Hardy Boys. And that's it.
Et vous pouvez m'en dire plus, c'est affilié? Non. Adresse actuelle?
Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klausya you want to talk to.
Ok, on avance, enfin. Merci pour les infos, Titu. J'irai lui parler une dernière fois.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go.
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspapers, circles the whirling in rags in a warm column.
She, Klausya, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection, but...
Still, after all this headache...
Mais vous préférez quand même qu'on ne l'embarque pas.
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
Je pense pas, j'avais si vous fait volte-face pour s'en aller. Ok. Intéressant. Clagé est confronté Clagé grâce à l'histoire de la bande à Hardies. On avance enfin. Hop. Plus de connaissances. Du coup là, elle a pas peur de se faire assassiner d'une balle, genre.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42?
C'est ce qu'elle a dit, alors oui.
Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. He was 42 years old?
Où veux-tu en venir?
How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder?
Super, mon propre cerveau qui me dit alors l'alcool.
You could ask either one of them.
Qui, à votre avis, j'ai quel âge?
Hein?
Pas certain, à votre avis, j'ai quel âge?
How old? 58.
Et tort, on est tous les deux mal évalués l'âge de fin, il avait 40 ans. Si vous aviez tort.
42. And he was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week.
Donc je me décompose depuis plus longtemps que ça. Les ravages d'Algol sont moins aussi graves que ceux de la mort.
There's silence. Then a little more. Okay. Here it comes. Mercy.
Sure, you're 42. Let's go?
Wait. This requires scientific measurements.
Oh, la sauce, la vérité ne me fait pas peur.
To the laboratorium.
Générateur de date de naissance. Ça prend combien de temps, ça? 7 heures. Oh, fuck. Sachant que je dois faire aussi le deuil blanc. Il me faut 2 points de trucs, il me faut beaucoup de temps pour intérioriser les 2 trucs.
It's always good to see you.
J'en ai rien contre la rambarde.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
Hardies nous a raconté ce qui s'est passé.
I understand.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
Vous n'avez pas l'air surprise, vous y attendez?
I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police.
Exactement.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardies. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
Is she implying the Hardy boys are the law?
Pas la bande Hardy qui fait la loi, c'est nous. C'est pas une raison suffisante. Super, ça me... C'est pas la bande Hardy qui fait la loi, c'est nous.
I know that. But the people around here, they don't see it that way. And if I am to stay here, I need to get along with them.
Dire que la loi, c'est vous cette fois. La loi, c'est moi. C'est pas une raison suffisante.
You're right. There's more.
Ah non.
You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
Ah oui, ouais.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. Where the cold oceanic expanse lies, and behind it, another world.
C'est pour ça que vous avez toujours vous avez peur de la mort interne. Et pas le petit tout là, vous avez une quinzaine d'enfer. C'est pour ça que vous avez toujours un œil derrière vous.
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
C'est quoi l'histoire? Vous avez fait quoi?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Here we go. For once, you seem to have her off guard.
Qu'est-ce que vous avez fait pour que ces gens vous pourchassent comme ça?
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Revachol, or even in Orania.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again.
Sauf que vous êtes fait démasquer.
With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
The job was Lewes-Duin County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lewes-Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them. As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Lewes-Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
Pas très propre comme vous dites, vous avez détruit ce que d'autres ont foutu dans une belle merde. Il y en a qui ont fait des choses bien pires. Ouais, effectivement, il y en a qui ont fait des choses bien pires.
I'm not a war criminal, but it was bad. People lost their jobs. Good people too, not just C-suite. A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé ici la nuit de sa mort?
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
Oui, exactement ce qui s'est passé.
Okay. He was in a kneeling position.
Je m'attendais pas à
just
ça.
Entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see.
A great pain moves through her, a dark and indefinite wave. She continues in spite of it.
I knew he was dead, before he fell down on top of me.
Putain, il s'est pris une balle dans la nuque qui est ressortie par la bouche. Oh,
you were right. He did enjoy the moment of his death.
Ah, mais le trou dans le mur... Attends. Wait a minute. Parce que de l'autre côté, dans le mur, il y a un trou. Est-ce que la balle venait du mur ou de la vitre? À voir. Elysium Occulte ne s'est pas trompé, il a vraiment trouvé sa mort agréable.
I don't... How did you know that?
He just had a hunch. Detectives have those sometimes.
Que s'est-il passé ensuite?
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs. I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Je vais juste fermer les volets. Je reviens. Hop là. Pas de cigarette.
Oh.
Je suis désolé que vous ayez eu à traverser cette épreuve. Vous savez pas en train d'inventer. Je suis désolé que vous ayez eu à traverser cette épreuve.
So am I.
Attends.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
Okay.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Jesus avait dit que vous avez l'air plus défoncé que d'habitude.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head.
Non, on va pas se droguer.
This mindset.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No.
Qu'est-ce que vous avez fait ensuite?
Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, through the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot. Just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore. So I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé quand vous êtes arrivé en bas?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardies were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby?
C'est qui Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
On a dit que Hardy... J'aurais dit que c'était Hardy, le chef des Hardy.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power. She trusts her. So do the others.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy boy?
Why not?
Très bien, poursuivons. Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé ensuite?
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, but I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
C'est la pendaison.
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
Oops.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
Qu'avez-vous fait ensuite?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
Que faisiez-vous pendant la pendaison?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did.
Cette Rubio était là présent.
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
Allez, où se cache Rubio? Ok.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
Ouais. Un moment d'incident, est-ce que vous avez entendu un coup de feu?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
C'est vous qui avez tué Lily?
What? Why would I put myself through this insanity? Get myself cornered like this? He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would never hurt him.
All kinds of crazy things happen when drugs are involved. Sweet, sweet drugs. It could have been a desire murder. Maybe an act of jealousy. Now you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
Et ça rend un peu loco, la drogue tenait une place importante dans notre relation, ça pourrait-elle qu'elle ait contribué à la détruire? C'était contraint de nous défendre, votre geste est compréhensible.
I did not kill him to defend myself from rape. I told you before. That wasn't what happened.
En bas, sont mis d'autres idées dans la tête, comme quoi ce serait vous qui l'avez tué.
I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or under pressure. They couldn't have meant it. I've talked to them after it happened. No one has implicated me.
She's getting scared now of you, the downstairs people, all of it.
Désir, ça rend un peu loco.
She simply shakes her head. She has the training for it. 2, maybe 3 years of self-defense. Her body is hard and lean underneath that jumpsuit.
Tenez une place importante dans votre relation, se pourrait-il qu'elle ait contribué à la détruire?
What does that mean?
Do drugs make you aggressive?
No. People don't take drugs to kill each other. They take them to feel okay with each other. I thought you Ravishol people would be more enlightened on this. I'm sorry, officer. I'm under some stress here.
Non, nous ne sommes pas des drogués. J'ai d'autres questions à vous poser. Hop.
Like what?
Je crois que c'est les types qui vous poursuivent qui l'ont tué.
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break.
Et alors?
I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
Soit vrai ou pas, c'est à prendre en considération, effectivement.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
Pourquoi avez-vous appelé les flics si vous voulez vous planquer?
Because I'm an idiot.
Huh.
Which is an indicator of truth.
Je ne crois pas, non. Pourquoi avez-vous appelé?
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
Oh God. That was a lie too. Who made the call then? Don't be paranoid, man. It's unbecoming of a police officer. And it makes you sweat.
Ah. Et ça a été changé quand?
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there.
Un chambre à l'intérieur.
Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
Je crois qu'on a terminé pour l'instant.
She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands.
Oui?
He's thinking, are we done here?
Bah, normalement, on a terminé.
Or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality. This guy won't budge. You have to wake Multiface up, forcefully, if you want to continue pushing her.
Je pensais dans dramatique. Hop. Alors déjà on va regarder, examiner l'intérieur.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
Projection analytique, il me faut des trucs qui augmentent la projection analytique. Sans froid, instrument physique, logique. Logique. J'ai un truc qui augmente la projection analytique, c'est un truc bleu qu'il faut. Ok. Là, ça augmente de 1. Je crois pas que j'ai d'autres trucs qui augmentent la projection. Douleur, empathie, art dramatique. Art dramatique. Logique. Et dans les objets, non, outils. Ok. Ok. Projection analytique plus 2. Pas envie de rater les jets là.
Is pristine on the inside. A vague sense.
J'ai pas envie de rater les jets. Putain de merde. Je dis que j'ai pas envie de rater, je mets tous les bonus possibles et je rate.
This window is pristine on the inside. Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
Quelle position est-ce qu'il se trouve?
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth, a ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain, ending him.
Où est-ce qu'elle vient?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole, shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back. The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization.
Le point A, le
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
Ouais, que je ne pas trop de réaliser de tir extérieur, du coup 80% chance que le tir prenne du toss.
There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away.
Ouais.
This was more than a week ago.
Du coup, j'ai 80% de chance que les tirs proviennent du toit, c'est ça?
72%, with a weapon that's good for medium range, like a rifle or sports pistol. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot.
Ouais.
The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium, a well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside, in the darkness, too busy with their own bodies.
La balle n'a pas pu être tirée de l'intérieur de la pièce, d'un point plus rapproché.
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, detective.
Est-ce qu'il y a des éléments qui contredisent le toit?
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Est-ce qu'on peut envisager un point d'origine plus éloigné?
That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Ouais. Tous les points de Martinez.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime. B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the Islet detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
Parce qu'en vrai, le Finistère, il y a l'antenne qui peut grimper en hauteur. La promenade, je suis pas sûr que ce soit assez haut. Et l'îlot, non plus. On va regarder, examiner le point B. Le Finistère.
1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched.
Le point, la promenade.
700 meters away, the likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
Et l'îlot?
1 kilometer away, a point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea, as you saw in the coin-operated viewer. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
Pensez-vous plutôt que le tir provient d'un emplacement plus éloigné que le toit dans Martinez?
From where, precisely?
Place pour B, Finistère, promenade, îlot.
I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
Moins probable que c'est un auteur, mais pas négligeable. C'est concevable. C'est beaucoup moins probable que c'est un auteur, mais pas négligeable.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one.
Ouais, l'îlot, je sais pas comment on y accède.
It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. It fits the hidden path through the whirling. A simple hypothesis.
Ce que je me dis, c'est que c'est peut-être plus le Finistère ou l'îlot. Hop. Par rapport au trou qu'il y avait ici. Parce que si c'était tiré depuis le toit, la balle aurait été directement dans le mur là.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
Hop. Il n'y a plus le... On peut pas voir le... où est le trou. Non, parce que normalement c'était par ici le trou, donc je dirais plus l'îlot ou le Finistère que le reste. Promenade, examiner l'île, ok. Ok, carte. Hop.
I was just thinking.
Faut de l'art dramatique. Vêtements. Art dramatique, ça on fait perdre. Art dramatique, on prend ça. Art dramatique. Ça me fume de prendre ça, quoi. Ça on enlève, hop. Conceptualisation, logique, sang-froid. En dramatique, on est à plus 3. J'avais pas un truc à rajouter encore. Conceptualisation. En dramatique. Oh putain. MDR, la dégaine de mon perso en art dramatique. Hop.
I was just thinking.
92%.
What a nice day for questions.
Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and willow wisps. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately, before she further entangles you in her web of lies. Take it easy. Don't overcompensate with this course correction. Ask questions first. See?
Et quoi, je crois que je crois pas que ce soit vous qui preniez la police. Et rappelez-moi pourquoi on l'a pas encore
There
coupé.
may be grounds here, at least for an extended detention.
A little whimper. The young woman hears you. She's looking around.
What?
Her hand trembles. She's only pretending she didn't hear you say, devil woman.
Pas que ce soit vous qui ait prévenu la police.
I did. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. Call 8-100-2 for emergencies. There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was smoking. She took my complaint. She coughed.
That is the emergencies desk number. Anyone could know that, sire, by looking around and calling the desk. I don't believe a single word she says.
What time did you make the call?
Thursday night. It was late, sometime after 12.
It checks out.
Tout le monde connaît sur accès. Tu parles de preuve.
But I know the time of the call, too. I know I have not been 100% truthful with you, officers. But I am now.
Vous l'appelez pas vraiment Kisley Amandu.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you.
Okay.
Ça veut dire quoi, d'accord?
Okay, it's not.
J'en étais
You log
sûr.
your work every week. It's all transmitted to Common, sir. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. So I lied. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it.
Et l'histoire du passeport, c'est des conneries, ça aussi? Celui que vous cachiez?
No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just doesn't say Clausia Amandu. It says Anouk Mea Smith.
Falsified documents?
Passport and visa. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them. My employer probably leaked the name, Mea Smith, to hurt me.
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job was finished. I'm just a liability now.
She fears an arrest right here and now. This has been an awful turn of events for her.
Où elle est cette bouée?
West of the boardwalk, in the reeds. On the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. Haven't been there since. I'm not sure I could even find it now.
Droite, gauche, droite, ouest, ok, d'accord.
It's useless.
Faut qu'on retrouve cette bouée.
The lieutenant makes a note of it.
You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here, past a broken sewage pipe, right near the waterline.
Nord-ouest. Gauche, ok. Comment vous appelez en vrai?
It's Katarzyna Lazie.
Allez, dans ce disco. Montrez enfin.
She nods. Her round eyes meet yours. They seem moist from the wind on the roof.
Ça se trouve, vous êtes même pas mis sur un J37.
I am. They can never take my sash and my scepter from me.
Yes, they can, for lying.
C'est comme ça.
She nods, her back straight, ready for the damage. She knows you're grilling her.
Si je vous arrêtais, Catherine.
But I haven't done anything. Anything illegal.
Failure to aid a police investigation.
Oh là, Charlène. Alors c'est un petit jeu narratif, c'est un jeu à histoire style aussi mélange RPG, choix multiples et autres. Donc t'incarnes un flic alcoolique qui s'est réveillé d'une méchante cuite et tu enquêtes sur un meurtre, un pendu. Et là je suis bien avancé dans l'histoire, je suis à une vingtaine d'heures. Et t'as plein de dialogues intérieurs avec ton propre corps, entre guillemets. Donc des fois ton cerveau te parle, ton physique te parle, l'autorité te parle, et c'est un peu en mode bad trip. Elle a refusé de collaborer avec la police.
Fucking mind games. Enough. That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in.
Collaborer avec la police m'avait fait perdre du temps en enquête où chaque minute compte.
The lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs.
Please, no.
Fragile, unshielded. Her voice is thin and tired.
I think I know who did it. Who shot Lely. I can tell you. I can help you.
Ah, maintenant elle parle. Qu'est-ce que vous croyez savoir? Qui l'a tué alors?
She's silent for a second, as if looking into herself for certainty. Then, in a hushed voice, she says, gearing up for this betrayal is hard for her.
Ruby.
Qu'est-ce qui vous fait croire que c'est elle?
She has this thing for me. Ever since I met her and the boys downstairs. She's been pretty frank about what she wants.
What she's saying is... sex?
Elle avait envie de vous?
And more. I made the mistake of confiding in her. I told her I was on the run. She started protecting me. It became an unhealthy relationship. When I started spending time with Lely, she told me to end it. Said there would be shit if I didn't. It was not a good meeting. We stopped talking after that, but...
I don't understand. What exactly in your relationship made you think she is romantically interested in you?
She said she's in love with me. She even asked me to run away with her when I told her I'm a fugitive. She started developing notions about our relationship.
And you led her on?
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret being friendly with her. We maybe kissed, nothing more.
Donc elle avait faisait une fixation sur vous, supposition un peu. On dirait qu'elle avait une fixation sur vous.
This is just an assumption.
I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before. But she knew what had happened when I came downstairs.
Ah, ouais, si elle savait, c'est qu'elle était peut-être organisatrice du meurtre.
Somehow, she knew Lely was dead. She wasn't surprised at all. When we came up here, she was calm as a stone, too. She cleaned it all up like she had a plan.
Et en plus, le jeu, je l'ai eu gratos parce que je l'ai gagné dans un quiz avec chez Kumquat. Donc, full bénéf. Quand lui a dit que ça allait être la merde si vous arrêtez pas votre liaison avec le défunt, c'est une menace.
She came over one night, drunk, said she'd turn my life into a living hell. I've been threatened before, so I can tell when someone knows how to do it. And she's a pro. She must be. To keep the Hardies in line. I tried severing ties with her after that. I thought it had worked, but...
Some of that fear is still with her. She exhales sharply. What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll arrest her.
Comment est-ce qu'elle aurait pu faire ça?
You've been trying to kick that door down, right? Maybe it leads downstairs.
Ça donne, oui, oui.
She could have come to the roof through that, then taken the shot right here, where I stand. It was dark outside. I wouldn't have seen her.
Then slipped back downstairs without anyone noticing. That is possible.
Tout à fait.
Interesting theory. Did she know that door exists? Had you been out there with her?
Yes, of course. She's been up here many times, jacking private stations off the ring antenna. She used to come here to drink on the roof with me, before it got weird.
Yeah, pour bien on a fait le tour.
Okay, and what? Arrest the liar now. Why? She told us some pretty interesting things there. Don't arrest her. Push her a bit more, but then let her off. That Ruby theory was solid. And she's beautiful.
Qui ça?
Her. Stop letting her distract you.
Bon, je crois qu'il n'est pas serveur des modèles pour l'instant.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret it.
Something tells you, you will.
Un peu sur Ruby.
She nods.
Okay.
Kim qui en mode, je prends des coudes.
She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger.
Dégaine de mon perso.
This is not the end of this.
Oh non, mais sans chose à raconter.
Lies.
Pas à dire.
Yes, we demand she be punished for this.
Okay.
She slowly...
Ok, rien de nouveau. On va remettre ça. Hop. Les habits normales. Ouais, c'est normal ça. Ok, on retourne là-dedans. Est-ce qu'il y a d'autres trucs qui pourraient être intéressants? Les empreintes de pas, c'est les pieds du 8e.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Ok, non, pas plus d'infos là-dessus, dommage. Du coup, était la boue de clasher, ok. Déterminer le promener le tir, ok. Pousser Titus à révéler le stash lobby, ok. On va aller déjà parler avec Titus. C'est juste à côté. Faut pas que j'oublie qu'à 22h, faut que j'aille chercher mon arme sur la baie. Et quelle heure? 17h30, ouais. Hop.
It's you again. What is it?
Ah, y a plus, c'est vrai, l'autre. Bon, j'ai parlé avec la G, à présent je veux causer à Ruby.
Why?
Regardez, parce qu'elle est votre véritable chef.
You're cuckoo, cop. I'm the only man responsible for this unit. Get with it, or fuck off.
How many times must I tell you?
Yeah, fuck off!
Je vais être franc avec vous, c'est la prochaine maillon de la chaîne qui mènera à Saint-Denis. Croisé dans les larmes du monde de l'instinct paranormal me chuchoter son nom. Écoutez, il faut bien que je colle ça. Quelqu'un, je suspecte d'avoir tué la victime, voilà pourquoi. Franc avec vous, c'est le prochain maillon de la chaîne qui mènera à la Saint-Denis.
Sounds like you're making her a suspect in this. Not on my watch, you're not. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
Okay.
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
Logique. Oh. Ah, c'est intéressant cette actualité pour des mails de Ruby.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Pourquoi êtes-vous si sûr que Robin l'a pas tué?
Because she was here, all night, with us.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:15? She was here during all that time?
Yeah, with us, drinking. Near the stage there.
Elle n'est pas allée aux toilettes.
No.
En ces 45 minutes qu'elle se trouvait avec vous sans interruption.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. We're not getting into what that operation is again, Cobb.
Putain, c'est elle qui... Ils ont peur de tout le monde de elle, putain.
That's probably for the best. Don't break your stride now.
Ok. Ne perds pas le cap.
And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof. You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims. Remember, you can still mess this up.
Un boss, ça m'aurait pu escalader le mur extérieur, il y a un chemin secret qui est exactement toi. Traîne derrière le mur, sur le extérieur. Ça on dégage pas parce qu'on parle de situation bizarre. Rappelle-toi, tu peux encore tout faire. On est bien d'accord que le tir provenait du toit, exact?
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Clausia's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martinez. Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't think it was a sniper.
Il y a 72% de chance que la balle ait été tirée depuis le toit.
72%. There's a percentage and all. Where'd you get it from? Your guys in the lab?
Allez, laisse ça sur place, je trouve que j'en suis capable.
No, you can't. I know what you did here on the weekend. People talk. And what they say doesn't sound like a science cop. You're a madman.
Those numbers were an ass pull, man.
Yeah, and they don't put her on the roof either. It's just mambo jumbo. He hasn't got shit.
Il y a un chemin secret dans la cuisine qui mène directement au toit.
Oh.
Passant par ce qui se ressemble à un atelier de flipper abandonné.
People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator, for that matter.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter, used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop.
Et de là, une porte mène directement au toit. Elle donne à l'extérieur.
Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down. All under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Shush now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it?
Ah, des empreintes de pailletage, enlever la télé.
Footprints. Recent.
On te met le concevoir avec une des gouttes sur les complices de la vie. Ça rentre une semaine ou deux.
That close, huh? How fortunate. I'll take a thorough look at those prints myself before I believe that, Cobb. Good news is, I'm still listening.
Marquez le trait de ce boxeur. Oui, non, c'est expert en Bossam aurait pu escalader le boxeur après l'araignée. A-t-on établi une certitude que Ruby aurait pu accéder au toit, d'où il est parti le tir en passant
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we've established. But a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun.
Un écrit fluide entre les mains si tu ne peux pas remplacer ça par le rond d'une goutte en forme de flingue. Alors tu si un champ de que le tir, ça prend du de derrière toi. très bien avoir fait aussi du trafic d'armes.
God damn. That's just about your favorite topic, isn't it?
You were warned not to bring it up. Your best shot here is to just back out of it.
T'avertis de ne pas aborder le sujet. Tout ce que j'ai dit, c'est qu'après avoir vu ce que j'ai pu voir dans ces cabines, il n'y a aucun mal à se trouver une arme.
Trouble. This is Revachol. Even the roidheads in the gym had a carbine. No one has trouble getting a gun.
He's angry because he knows you're right. What he's saying only confirms your theory.
Prêteur sur gage du coup a vendu le flingue que j'ai perdu à une femme, c'est peut-être elle.
You lost your gun? What an idiot!
Tell me, did you lose it before the murder?
Attends que je réfléchisse techniquement, oui.
No, you didn't. And Ruby didn't use your lost gun to kill him.
Stop thinking about your lost gun, damn it. You'll get a heart attack.
This was merely a thought exercise. He did not lose.
Then why the fuck was he asking you for your gun, huh? When he tried shooting himself or some shit. Because he doesn't have his own.
That's a solid logic structure. Do something. This is bad.
Des armes comme ça, celle-ci, XBC pour un
You lost?
Non, putain.
Tell me, did you... Sure.
Stop thinking.
This was mere...
Then why the
That's a solid logic structure.
That looks antique. A Belle McGrave. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it?
Une casse, ouais, il était caché là où il y a les autres.
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still, there were too many. And there must be other caches too.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down for good.
Okay. I see your point. There are guns lying around. Damn it. I thought we'd found all the old spots. Why was that still there?
We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops.
Je n'ai pas dit que j'allais prouver qu'elle détenait l'arme du crime, mais uniquement que nous avons besoin de la trouver.
I don't know, cop. Why don't you find your lost gun first?
Easy now, Al. This isn't comedy hour.
Titus, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Phase 3. Motive. The last component. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
Pourquoi elle l'a tué, mais pourquoi a-t-elle tout dissimulé?
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
Peut-être simplement dissimulé dans son propre intérêt, Titus.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan, if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration.
J'ai une personne en principe qui voulait tuer.
He scoffs.
Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
Vous préfériez juger avec vos amis pour un lâche qui ou seul pour avoir commis un meurtre.
The man is silent.
If she used us to cover her own shit up, well, that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss.
Which is why she didn't. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she's skipped town. This is good.
On racontait des choses intéressantes à propos de Ruby.
Yeah. Like what?
Apparemment, elle avait le béguin pour clasher. Ok, vous couchez. Non, pardon, c'est un petit jeu. Apparemment, elle avait le béguin pour clasher.
A thing? You mean?
Yeah, but they're both girls.
Et alors?
Girls like girls too, Angus, sometimes. This is one of those times. She lacked glacier.
Un gars, elle traînait avec des têtes de nœuds comme vous, honnêtement, ça se prenait sur un événement défiant arrêté, ce simplement. Non, oui, elle a pris ça près d'un libéral à l'université. Putain, mais même sur le sexe, c'est politique, quoi, putain. Qui m'a raison, non?
Fuck you. First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a too? It's a lie.
Come on, Glenn. She likes Monica's titties more than you do. Everyone knows which way the wind blows there.
I did. I knew it. That's why she didn't fuck me at Fatty's birthday party.
She didn't fuck you, 'cause you're 40, and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
Classé a dit qu'elle lui avait fait des avances et qu'elle les avait repoussées.
Ruby then threatened her and told her to end her relationship with the deceased.
This is some sordid shit. It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to cover her own ass.
Elle m'a dit alors qu'on était à deux doigts. Elle me l'a dit, Ruby lui a foutu les jetons et elle a craché le morceau.
That Ruby is queer as cabaret, now that I start thinking about it. I don't know why I didn't see it earlier. And that's okay. Some are queerer than others. You can still be a Hardie. But if you bring your own personal shit into our outfit...
And then, boss, use us to cover it up? I mean, that's just fucked up.
If it's true. But it's not. Right?
C'est une remise en cause de l'autorité de la vote. Elle est descendue en vie sans lui avoir de quelque chose, sans lui savoir que quelque chose avait mal tourné.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's got shit under control. That's her whole thing. That's why she's so good.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition, you know. Women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to.
Ou bien elle était au courant de ce qui se passait, de ce qui s'est passé parce qu'elle l'a tué.
Not so useful.
Fucking hell.
Moi j'en attends les yeux de pitance.
Betrayal is not painless. Even the doubt of it hurts.
Peut-être qu'elle l'a tué en pensant que ça la ferait entrer dans vos petits papiers.
You had expressed, on occasion, your dislike of the mercenaries' presence in Martinez, right?
Whack someone in my district? That doesn't carry much favor with Titus Hardie. She has to know that.
Et tu le voyais bien, ça colle pas, on doit lui parler.
Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod. And a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip. This is the only option he cares for.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about, ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Want to know why?
Pourquoi?
She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, while fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that.
Quand est-elle partie? Alors, je vais juste déverrouiller un nouveau truc. Confirmer. Et intérioriser le deuil blanc. Ouais, on va intérioriser le deuil blanc. Allez, hop. Quand est-elle partie?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
De quoi avait-elle peur?
I told you. You.
De moi, genre la MCR?
No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
Le flic avec les favoris. Fin d'édition.
And a hole in his heart. That first.
Et avec le trou dans son cœur.
Why not? You suck on that gun like someone tore you a brand new asshole.
Vous voulez pas un peu la carrette fantasy, pas étonnant qu'elle ait eu peur et décréter la fin de l'expérience humaine. Seigneur, pourquoi est-ce qu'on se fout quand simplement. Pourquoi elle a eu peur? Je sais vraiment vu qu'avec des pensées normales dans la tête.
Sure. Normal. You know, when I first saw you limp in here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure.
Qu'est-ce que Ruby vous a raconté d'autre sur moi?
She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop.
Que je m'arrêterai pas?
Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like cans.
Ah, apparemment je suis un vrai monstre.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
It's not an actual question. Silence. He nods.
C'est ça qui me chie les capsules.
You are insistent.
Autre chose, n'importe quoi.
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This caught Titus. This caught me. But she was too scared.
Scared? You should be too. A strange fear creeps over you. A metallic taste in your mouth. Change the subject.
T'as une idée de l'endroit où Ruby a pu aller?
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Yep.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
C'est ce qu'on verra.
Yeah, Al. And we won't either.
She's not really a Hardie candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn.
Vous êtes parti à sa recherche?
A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlog. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there.
Vous pouvez me dire où je devrais commencer à regarder sur la côte?
Sure, there's some shit houses there, a cinder block town. The fisherfolk there refuse to unionize, so that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
Let's go.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a lorry man.
Vous savez qu'elle trafique avec les ondulans?
The what now? I have no idea. Boys?
She said she's building a pale emitter.
Un émetteur de l'intangible?
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies and a pale something.
There you have it. Pale something.
It feels like you'll get to know soon enough.
Ça fait pas beaucoup, mais ça fera l'affaire.
It'll have to.
Ah, c'est vrai.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM sergeant material.
Feriez un bon flic. Réfléchis bien.
No, he already is a sergeant. That's what you're feeling. He just wasn't sure what you are.
Ok. On a avancé, ça fait plaisir. Hop. Demandez au villageois où se trouve Ruby. Bon, on va s'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui. Sauvegarde, non pas sauvegarde rapide, je veux sauvegarder, hop. On aura bien avancé, hop. Je pense qu'on sera plus de la fin. Ou la dernière partie en tout cas. Oh, j'ai le dos qui craque. Ah. Enfin, on a réussi à tirer les verninés de Hardies. Avoir la vérité de l'autre, là, qui montait. Savoir enfin qui est peut-être la meurtrière. Parce qu'au début, je pensais que c'était un des deux autres qui avait snipé en mode depuis l'église, mais ça se trouve, c'est Ruby. Ça peut toujours être un des deux autres mercenaires qui a fait le meurtre aussi. Hop, menu principal. Mais la piste Ruby est une bonne piste aussi, hein, possible à voir, donc c'est plutôt cool. Bon, s'il y avait encore du monde, je vous dis la bonne fin d'après-midi. Bon appétit. Ce soir, normalement, live, faut juste que je prépare une scène pour du JDR, incroyable. Enfin, une soirée JDR. Demain, on continuera Risk of Rain et Disco Elysium. J'ai envie de voir où ça va nous mener cette histoire. Obtenir la confiance de Kim. Ça va critique, ok. 5 capiques de Fricarty. Ok. Bon, en attendant, je vous dis des bisous. À la prochaine. Et puis, so long. Alors, arrêtez le stream.